I really want to say yes. I have this Minion shirt on. Because why not? Why not? But anyway, so I saw this post on another YouTuber's channel. I watch her all the time. Her name is Paris Milan. I love her. But anyway, I saw this Twitter post that she had, reposted, was trying to get a conversation started. And I was like, I have to talk about this because I date a man with a kid, I have more of an understanding of a guy's perspective on certain situations. And it kind of, it's really opened my eyes to a lot of, like a different side. Most of the times we're so used to hearing the mom side and not the dad side, or thinking every dad is a deadbeat dad, or, things like that. So I have to talk about it. So I'm going to put the tweet right here. I'll give y'all a second to read it. Okay, that was long enough. So basically, I am not going to say I'm in agreement with what the girl said, but I'm also not going to say I disagree with what she said, So let's get into why. I can see where she's coming from in the sense of there are very bitter baby mamas. And being bitter can be very toxic. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes, women might really have a real reason to be bitter. Maybe the father did something really bad to hurt her, to hurt the child. Maybe the father was very toxic, causing the mom to become very bitter. Y'all know what I was trying to say. But sometimes there are reasons that are just kind of like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, there are some bitter baby mamas who just don't like that the father is in a new relationship. That happens. Trust me, that happens. It really can, it's really circumstantial. Now, as far as being a deadbeat, I know a lot of people say, well, if the baby mom might be bitter, but at least she's still present in the child's life. A deadbeat dad, he's not even there. Now, I will say, like, everybody's definition of a deadbeat dad is different from what I've seen. I've seen some people say a deadbeat dad is just a dad who might just pay his child support, but he is not present in the child's life, not physically, not emotionally. Like, he has no connection with the kid. He just pays his child support like he's supposed to, and that's it. Some people consider a deadbeat dad who doesn't, provide financially, isn't with the child physically, not with the child emotionally, like just literally non-existent in no way, shape, or form. There's a lot of different ways like somebody will, consider somebody to be a deadbeat. But the way I see it is, if that dad was potentially very toxic, like a very emotionally abusive kind of person, physically abusive kind of person, I would much rather him to not be in my life and in my child's life than for him to be there. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather him be a deadbeat and not be in my kid's life to destroy me, to destroy my child's happiness or peace, than to be involved in my kid and my child is visibly like upset or fearful, or I can see like their life declining, my life is declining just because that guy is around. But like I said, everything is really circumstantial. It just kind of depends on everybody's situation. Like I said, if the guy is there and he's, kind of like not a really good dad, I kind of probably think the kid and you might be better off without him being present. But a bitter baby mom can be toxic to the point where that child is going to grow up with emotional damage. Maybe that bitter baby mama is not allowing the father to be in that child's life. Let me hit a tangent real quick. It's on topic, but not on topic. I do not like when people say, well, the dad should fight for custody. Custody battles are not easy. Custody battles are no way easy. They're not. They're just not. I'm tired of people constantly saying, well, if the dad wants to be in his kid's life, He can go and fight for custody. Clearly, none of those people who say that have ever been in a custody battle. I see firsthand how, like, traumatizing, how draining a custody battle actually is. They're very long, they are very daunting, they're time consuming, and they are expensive. And for people to make it seem like they're just so easy to just go through, it's not. It's very dependent on whether or not the dad's name is on the birth certificate. It's very dependent on was he already on child support or not? Is the mother participating in the case? There are lots of levels to a child custody battle. It's not just, okay, file some paperwork, okay sir, you have custody, or okay sir, you have visitation. That's not how it works. That's far from how that actually works. There's a lot that really goes into it. And then on top of that, just because let's say the dad has a lot of evidence as to why he should have custody over the mom, or joint custody, or anything like that, just because he has that evidence doesn't mean he can articulate his point very well. He can have evidence in the book, but might mix dates up. Might not be able to speak for himself. And then for those people who say, well, he should get an attorney. Attorneys aren't cheap. Attorneys aren't cheap. Attorneys aren't cheap. Like, they're not cheap, especially family law attorneys, because they know how important children are to parents. They know, like, how important maybe getting a divorce is to somebody, getting some alimony from somebody. Like, a family law attorneys are not cheap attorneys. And people really kind of trash talk dads who never got custody of their kids, but it can be very difficult. I know in a custody battle that I'm aware of, the mother wasn't participating, and the judge pretty much told the dad, well, you're just gonna have to find a way to make her participate, because that's just how it is. Like, y'all don't understand how, like, actually tiring, draining that stuff is. And for people to really make it seem like all dads, like, if they're not in their kids' lives, are deadbeats, that's really not how it always is. Like, I feel like we really got to stop making it seem like so many dads are really deadbeats and all single moms are so amazing. I'm not going to say single moms are amazing. I'm not going to say single dads are amazing. I'm going to say parents who take care of their kids and put their kids first instead of their own feelings first. Amazing. Those are the amazing parents that we're going to glorify, that we're going to put on that pedestal. I'm not going to say you as a single mom are amazing just because you take care of your kid, because I don't know the backstory to your situation, because you could be a really bad parent behind the scenes. You could be a really bitter baby mom for no reason behind the scenes. And same goes for the dads, but I digress. Overall, I feel like because everything is so circumstantial, bitter baby moms and deadbeat dads are kind of like equal. Like I said, in certain circumstances, one is worse than another. I do think that it is important to still be present in your child's life, but I also think that it is important to know that regardless if you're present in your child's life, if you're causing that child emotional trauma, physical trauma, any type of trauma, I don't think that's really okay, whether, like, in any situation. So, but that's just my personal opinion on the situations. I just feel like this is something I keep seeing on social media. Honestly, I saw it on Facebook where one of my Facebook friends was saying, like, we need to stop glorifying single parents. A lot of people have really been talking about baby mom, baby dad situations. And it's really interesting to see how so many people find one side to be so wrong or one side to be, like, so right. And it's just like, y'all don't have any evidence behind the situation. We can't just be on one side and just be like, yep, she's right, she's right, she's right. Because we don't know the backstory, because people lie all the time. People lie all the time and make it seem like one person is so horrible when in reality it might be them. You just you just never really know, given the circumstances, given the situation. But that's just my personal opinion. Everybody's opinion is different. I just know that I speak from firsthand experience, like literally being in certain situations, literally watching certain things go down. So maybe that makes me qualified to speak on this. Maybe it doesn't make me qualified to speak on this. I'm gonna do it anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Catch y'all later.